My name is Cornfed, and I review new releases so you don't have to waste your hard-earned cash on a movie that is a waste of your time. And today we'll be reviewing The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2 was directed by Gavin O'Connor, who has a pretty solid laundry list in his filmography. We have Miracle, which is a solid sports movie. We have Warrior, which is one of my favorite movies of that year. And we also have the first Accountant movie. And then, of course, our two main stars here are Ben Affleck, who plays Christian Wolf, and John Bernthal, who plays his brother, Braxton. I'm going to get right into this. I was not a huge fan of this movie, and I was a massive fan of The Accountant. When the first Accountant came out, I believe I was in high school, and that was when my passion for movies was really flaring up. Like, I was watching every new movie that was coming out. I was buying a ton of DVDs. Most of these DVDs back here are from my first job when I worked at Target. My whole paychecks would go to movies. But the first Accountant movie, I loved it. It was beautiful. It was amazing. It was action packed. I thought Christian Wolf, Ben Affleck's character, was done so well and done so right. I've only seen it once, but I specifically remember like how his autism played such a heavy role, but it wasn't so like in your face about it. And I hope that doesn't come off the wrong way. It came off more of like, this is something that I have, but I can still fucking be an assassin with this disability. So the first Accountant movie, for me, it was like the perfect personification of someone who says, "Hey, my name is XYZ and I have autism," versus somebody who says, "Hey, my name is XYZ and I'm autistic." Now, the huge difference in those two sentences, those two introductions are, "Hey, this is me. I'm a human being. I have my own identity, but I'm also living with this," rather than, "Hey, my disability, my diagnosis is my identity. That's all I am." You know what I'm saying? And Ben Affleck in that first movie was a perfect personification of like someone who can fucking do everything, but also struggles and handles and deals with on a day-to-day basis with his diagnosis. But in this second movie, man, The Accountant 2, I don't know why, but they really kind of like amped up his autism. Before I start getting into this, and before I start talking about like people with autism, I don't have autism. I can't speak from experience. So if someone's in the comments can give me a better view on this, I'd love to hear it. I do, however, work with people who do have autism. I work in behavioral health, and I work with all of my members, all of my clientele are people who live with autism. So I see the full wide range of the spectrum. In this movie, it just felt like Ben Affleck's portrayal was like everything that we know everything that we know as a society about people with autism. So, like, the first big thing is the eye contact. They very clearly show that he doesn't make any eye contact with anybody. He's like talking to someone while looking down. And like to me, it's like it's maybe I'm being too sensitive because I'm so close to it. But I just feel like it was like they chose that, and then Ben Affleck was talking normal for the first 30, 40 minutes, and then he would put on this like little voice. Like it was like he'd be like, me, 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 me. It was like weird. I don't know. It's just to me the best and again, I know that there's a spectrum, but the best way I could say it wasn't bad but for me it personally just rubbed me the wrong way. That's the best way I can say it. Maybe it's like maybe it's an accurate representation. Maybe I'm super wrong, but for me again, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It came off like a little bit disrespectful. And then at the end of the day, I know that's the point, is that he's someone who has autism who is also an assassin. But spending the 2 hour and 12 minute runtime with Ben Affleck's character, he's just extremely boring. He's just not an interesting character. And again, I know that's the point, but I just felt no emotion from him. Again, I know that's the point, but I'm just stating how I'm feeling about this movie. I remember liking his character so much more during that first movie. In this one, it's like, okay, the whole butt of the joke is he has autism. That's really what it is. He can't look at people. He's awkward on dates. He's straightforward. He tells the truth. He's honest when he's doing that speed dating thing. He's rude and he doesn't know it because he's so forward. It just felt like autism was like the butt of the joke in this movie. It just felt weird, man. I don't know. I can't explain it the best, but like I said, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe being sensitive. Again, this is my personal opinion on the movie. And speaking of the humor, it never landed for me. I never was really laughing. The jokes didn't land for me. Again, personally for me, the movie wasn't funny when it was trying to be. Continuing off of going off these characters, John Bernthal, man. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I'm not the hugest fan of the guy. I know he's cool. His best performance, in my opinion, was in Fury.
Thank you.
It is what happened, Don. What happened. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Sitting here playing house at a couple bitch crowds ain't gonna change a fucking thing.
Shut the fuck up.
Why should I shut up?
You shouldn't.
He did really good because I feel like he played someone a little bit outside of his realm. He wasn't just the same action tough guy, no nonsense guy. He was like a heavy drinker. He was goofy. He was also a little bit like the usual John Bernthal character, but that's the only performance I've seen of John Bernthal's where it doesn't take me out of it. Every time I watch him in a movie, it takes me out of it. And that's an indication of bad acting. When I notice how bad they're doing or they're overacting, which is always the case for John Bernthal, it takes me out of the moment, it takes me out of the movie. It brings me to my chair. I'm like, oh shit, I'm watching a movie right now. I'm not immersed. He is not a good actor other than when he's in an action scene. When he's in an action scene, he's fucking badass, dude. He's in his element. He's bah, 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 bah. He's like, I believe it. It's great. But when he's trying to talk, he's like, he's too much. He's doing too much. He's overacting. He needs to bring it a little bit down. That's just my opinion on his character. I will say I enjoyed his character, not his portrayal of it, but his character as the little brother. I enjoyed that character. I like that. I like the aspect of the brother thing. It didn't hit as hard as it did with Sinners. Just throwing it out there, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I liked them kind of coming back together, going on a mission together. I thought that was really cool. I know John Bernthal was only in it for a little bit in the last one, but this one, he's pretty much the co-main star, and I didn't hate his character. I enjoyed the brother element of the movie. Okay, now let's talk about the other supporting character, Maribeth Medina, who was played by Cynthia Ade Robinson. She was brutal. This cut and copy NCIS, NBC original cop TV show character, this cookie cutter ass character. She was so cringy. She was so bland. Her character was so boring. I never felt any emotion towards her or any of these characters, really. It's just, I need to fall in love with at least one character in a movie for me to be on the ride with him. If I don't care about any of these characters, if they are even like just pissing me off, I'm not going to have a good time. Even if the story's great, I need to love at least one character. I need to be drawn to at least one character. And she was just irritating. She was like the cop that was on their side, but wasn't, and she came back. It's just that character for me was just irritating. And I hate seeing overdone tropes. It's been done so many times before, and I'm so over that character. If she wants to be a strong cop, let her do it, but let her have some sort of characteristic other than that makes her stand out. That was her only characteristic. That's it. She was a cop. That was her life. That's her identity, and she doesn't take no shit for nobody. But I just wish that there was something else. Give us something else that makes her a more fleshed out character other than this is my job. This is what I'm doing. The end. You know what I'm saying? That's my piece on that. Now, the story itself, I have my pros and cons with it, but overall, man, for an action movie, you go to the movies to see an action movie, it was way too fucking convoluted. This movie is marketed as an action movie. This is no fucking action movie. This is dialogue the movie. This is conversations the movie, bro. This movie has a total, I counted it, 2.5 action scenes. They have a giant blowout action shootout, which is actually pretty badass. At the very end, there's one 30-second fist fight, and then Ben Affleck punches somebody. That's it. That's all we get in the entirety of this movie is 2.5 action scenes. My mind was boggled, bro. I was falling asleep. They're going from one place to another place, to this place, to that place, to talk. And that's fine. I can enjoy a dialogue-heavy movie if the writing is good, if the writing is there, if the tension is there, if I can feel the energy in the room. But it's not. It's dead. It's fallen flat. There's no life in these scenes. Because again, Ben Affleck's character, the point of him is he doesn't have emotion. That's his whole character. He has autism. He's not good at showing emotion. He's not good at expressing himself, which is great. But when you have a character like that, you need someone to kind of set off the balance. But John Bernthal is right there with him, and he doesn't have autism. He's just like the flat. Again, another strong, like, don't fuck with me, man. I'll kill you. That's just like you're getting all these boring characters in a room together and expecting us to follow along. And it's just the story, man, it's just so convoluted. You find a picture and it's connected to this. and this and this and this and this and this and this and this, all to find out it's the story is actually very simple. Someone got kidnapped, someone got killed, someone's out for revenge. That's it. But we have to hear every detail, every step of how this happened again, which is great. But it's just like it's not done well at all, and I just found myself extremely bored throughout this entire film. I will say, however, I really did enjoy the okay, so you know how in these types of movies or bank robbery movies or heist movies they have a person behind the chair. Ned Leeds for Spider-Man. Can I be the person behind the chair? The hacking the mainframe. So in this movie they have about 10 to 15 children with autism who run this insane, I don't say call center, I don't know how to say it, this insane like far off building where they can kind of hack shit and call people and just make it's like they're like a ton of Alfreds for Ben Affleck's Batman. Like they're just those people behind the chair, and I loved it. I thought that they were represented really well because I liked it because it was just so, it just felt so more authentic. You have these kids who are extremely smart, but you could tell that they aren't good at showing emotion. They show them stimming, but again, for me, it doesn't come off disrespectful. It doesn't come off as a shtick or a butt of a joke. It comes off as authenticity. So I really, really, really liked that aspect of the story. Those characters, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, man, this is just your run of the mill action flick, if you could call it an action flick. I could very well see myself stumbling upon this on Netflix and feeling nothing from it. So my advice is wait to see it. Wait till it comes out on streaming when you can watch it for free. You might love it. My mom and my sister went to go see it, and they loved it. They really highly encouraged me to go watch it. Maybe that has to do with my dislike in the movie, just because my expectations were so high. I just saw Sinners twice and I'm in love with it. And I came to this and it just felt so lackluster. It felt so like the millions of action movies I've already seen. So that's my piece on that. Let me know what you think of the movie. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to get an opinion from someone who loved the movie, who's someone who really enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your take. I'd love to hear of stuff maybe I missed. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, this is the beauty of opinions is I love to conversate about them. That's the whole reason I started this channel was to talk about movies. So if you have an opinion, if you think one of my takes were wrong, if you think all my takes were wrong, if you're on my side and you agree the movie was not the best, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. My final score for The Accountant 2 is a 1 out of 5. As always, thank you so much for watching. I am working on my Revenge of the Sith re-release review right after this, and then after I finish that, I'm going to go watch the Thunderbolts. So look out for my review on those two movies. Again, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing your opinions. Like the video, comment, subscribe. I would super appreciate it. We're almost at 100, man. Thank you so much. Keep watching movies.